close that door. All right. So I'm doing an impromptu live chat. Let me just fix my camera here. There we go. Let's see. Don't know if anybody's going to join. Don't really care at this point. I'm just doing this as kind of like a test anyway. So let me see. There we go. Wow. Already 3 people watching. 9 people apparently. Well, that's awesome. So the whole point of this is to kind of just, I don't know, just do something different and kind of just say hello to everybody. It's been a while since I've been on a chat. Been dealing with some things here on my side of the world, so to speak. But just wanted to kind of say hello to everybody. So how's everybody doing so far? Let's see. Paul is here, Big C, Keith, Dennis, Big Al, Anthony, and TB. So just saying hello to everybody. Roman 623. He's boarding his hotel while on military duty. Sweet. Appreciate your service, sir. And hopefully I can entertain you for at least 20 minutes. I'm not doing this very long. I'm actually just doing it to say hello to everybody. It's been a while since I've been out and about, and I kind of want to just talk and say hello. So hello, all, and talk about some pretty cool things that I'm interested in. I'm wearing my tough guy wannabe operator Punisher shirt, just so everybody knows, because that was probably the only clean t-shirt I had today. So got to be a laundry day tomorrow. So let's see. Guns, guitars, and gambling. And he said, missed me. Well, I missed you too. Yeah, I've been dealing with some health issues lately. So I'm trying to get that under wraps. And hopefully in about a week, I will have some good news. But I'm not going to really say any more than that. There's only a couple people who know what's going on. It's nothing serious. I'm not dying. Let's put it that way. So anyway, I wanted to talk about a couple of things. Hello, MD Polo. Shane, how's it going? Let's see. So there's a lot of stuff that's been going on lately, obviously. I got my first question. So Keith Gregory's asking, what do I think of the new Glocks? I'm actually pretty excited about that. I was actually going to talk about that briefly. So I'm actually pretty excited about that personally. For me, it's kind of like a dream come true because I look at the Glock 48 as probably the one that I'm actually going to wind up picking up. I know the 43X has got a lot of talk right now, but for me, the 48 seems to be where I want to go. And the reason being is, as many of you know, I live in a horrible state like New York. So all of our magazines are capped at 10. And I love my Glock 19 MOS. I love this gun. And for me, the 48, I think, is going to be the perfect match. In other words, it's going to be a single stack that carries 10 rounds. That's about the Glock 19 size. Maybe a little bit smaller, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited for the 48. And the 43X looks pretty cool too, but probably going to go to the 48 before I do a 43X. So yeah, I'm super excited about that one. And then Dennis is saying 43X is a waste of time. And I don't know if you guys have checked out Honest Outlaw's latest video where he kind of talks about getting both of them. And he was saying that, if you have a 43, just get a mag extension and you have a 43X. So, I mean, you have that option if you're not so sure. I think that was good advice. I don't know. I think the 48 for me works best. Like I said, I love the Glock 19. I think the 48 is the best suited one for me. So let's see. Big Al saying New York would be a great state to trade for a future draft choice in Iceland. New York is just, it's such a disaster, man. It really is. It's kind of sad. And it's only getting worse, not getting better. But it is what it is. Our gun laws suck. Maybe not even as sucky as New Jersey, though, now, or California, but we suck. We suck pretty bad. So let's see. So what else am I excited about? Obviously we got SHOT Show coming up, and for me, it's kind of a double-edged sword because Dennis Buckner, Cuomo is the greatest. No, sir, he's not. The worst. But I think what's kind of interesting is, I have to kind of make sure that whatever I do fits within the budget constraints that I live under. I'd like to pretend that I have no budget constraint, and I like to pretend that I'm getting everything handed to me for free, but I don't. So I have to be very picky as to what I choose. So for example, right now, I'm still waiting on the PPS M2 RMSC. That I already put the paperwork in, but again, it's a long process in New York, so I'm hopefully going to get that by the next decade or so. I also put in the paperwork for the PX4 Storm Compact and all FDE, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I'm not a huge Beretta guy. I had the APX. I actually sold the APX. Um, it was nice, but it just, it was an APX. I mean, it wasn't anything special, but it was a good gun. Would I recommend that to you if you wanted a decent handgun? Sure, because it's a decent handgun. But there's not many out there that you can say are not decent. There are a lot of good choices. Hello, music lover. But for me, the one manufacturer that I'm super excited about, actually is two, I'm not going to lie, but the one that I'm super excited about right now is going to be Steyr. I know, what a surprise. But I'm hoping that Steyr is going to release some pretty cool stuff. I know that I just got an email from them today saying that they're going to go live on Facebook Live, which I don't have Facebook, but apparently they're going to be like putting out some stuff at SHOT Show. So I'm kind of excited to see what that's going to be. I'm hearing things, but nothing concrete, and not from any real, insiders from Steyr. But I'm kind of hopeful that a redesign on the M series is coming, which would be pretty sweet, even though it's hard to beat this gun to begin with, but maybe a little bit better grip texturing and that kind of stuff. And maybe even a little bit thinner, that would be pretty sweet. So I'm really excited about that. Also pretty excited about the Caracol. I'm hoping that will actually come out at some point this year. I look forward to getting my hands on that gun, although it's probably not everybody's on number one on their list. But, I like kind of the oddball guns. I like the guns that most people don't really have any interest in because either A, the company's not sending them anything, or B, they just are not a very popular pistol. So they won't do a review on it because it's not going to give them a lot of views. I mean, for me, I don't really care because the Steyr is not a very popular handgun, but I've done a lot of videos on Steyrs, almost to nauseum, and they're just fantastic guns. Big J is up. Hey, what's up, buddy? So he's saying 17, what does your range time look like? Could you elaborate on that question? And I will absolutely answer that. Let's see. What are my favorite strikers now? My favorite striker right now, it's kind of interesting because, it's like this full circle with Glock. And I think that's what I can't explain. I know that there are people who hate Glock and there are people that love Glock, but at the same time, I'm not either or. I don't love them, but I don't hate them, but I really like them. There's something good about Glock. So right now, the favorite one that I have right now is actually the one I've been carrying the whole weekend, which was my 19X. I absolutely love that handgun. I found that to be a huge surprise, but I also found it to be such a well-balanced handgun that it's hard to beat it, in regards to just how it feels for me in my hand. And that's hard for me to say with a straight face because after all, it's a Glock. You know what I mean? So who would ever think a Glock would be my favorite handgun at this point? But it changes. I'm fortunate. I have a lot of handguns that I can switch on and off. And so for that, I'm absolutely lucky and blessed to be able to have that. Let's see. Don is saying, you may have been asked this already. What's my thoughts on the P10 full size? That's interesting. I know that Big Johnson definitely had his hands on one. I know that a couple of people I know have had them. They really like them. I was looking at them. I'm not a fan of it because, again, I'm round capacity limited. So for me to get a gun that big to only have 10 rounds is kind of foolish. And honestly, it just looks like a banana. I don't know what it is, man. The grip looks like a friggin' banana on it. So it's not going to be on this channel, guys. Sorry. Now the P10S, as in Sam, that's a different story. That one I'm looking for. I'm looking forward to that. From what I've told, it's a little bit bigger than the Glock 26 and smaller than the P10C. So I think, again, for me, for what I'm going to use it for carry, that's kind of the perfect size. Again, not too big, not too small, just right. And there's video lag. I apologize if there is video lag. My bad. Although it's not my bad because I don't control it. So I'm sorry. Let's see. Nah, the P10S, an idea. I don't know when it is. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just reading through some of your statements here, guys. Glock 45 and 19X basically the same. Yes, basically the same. One's black and one is baby poop brown. Let's see. I'm not sure about what that question was about the range time. So again, if you want to re-ask that, you can. I'll answer it for you. For the P07, what's a good steel god rod for it? Don't know. I mean, you can probably look them online. I'm pretty sure you can get one from DPM Systems, but they're expensive. Do I think they're worth it? I think they're worth it. I think they make a slight difference. I'm not going to say significant, but slight, at least in my opinion. Let's see. Big Johnson's making fun of my head. Thank you, sir. The new Mossberg pistol, I think it's interesting, but I also think it's irrelevant. I think it's irrelevant because what is it giving you that's any better than, let's say, a shield? Or as much as I hate to say it, that Taurus that everybody made videos on that I still think is a flaming piece of shit. But, that's just my opinion, guys. I just think it's a little bit too late for that. TN Star, what's up, buddy? And the reason why I say that is because I kind of mentioned it on the XDS video I made that, you're seeing this big push now to these single stack tiny guns, and you're looking at maximum capacity for a lot of them. So you're seeing 10 rounders now coming out. And I think with the Mossberg, it's a 6 round, and is it a 7 round, I think, magazine with the extension. So I think it's not anything transformational. And even the price, I read it today, is $460. Now that's the MSRP. So you figure probably $400, maybe a little bit under that. But how is that gun any better than a shield? A shield has already established its foothold in the market. It's been out for years, and it's a damn good gun. So why would I don't see what the relevancy is of it. And then Caramel Revolver is saying, is that Mossberg's first pistol? It's their second pistol. The first pistol they made, I think, was in 1907. So it's their second one. Music Lover, my PPQ is not gone. I'm actually going to be getting that out of mothball soon and do some things with it. I'm hopeful that Walther may be redesigning it. But again, that's a wish I've been wishing for a couple of years. Let's see. Yeah, and Claymore saying shields are going for less than 300. I mean, you can get a really nice shield and with all the bells and whistles for 300 and change. So again, I don't know if that Mossberg's going to really hit a winning hit. I'm sure it will. People will probably buy it because A, it's affordable. B, it's small. But I think the big question is always going to be reliability. What's its track record going to be? That's still kind of a big question mark. Again, I'm not going to review that on my channel. That's just not something I'm going to invest $300+ in. Not doing it. Let's see. Razor JB saying about time I got my ass on the live chat. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm playing around a lot of things this year. I'm not really certain as to where the focus of my channel is going, so to speak, because it's kind of stagnating a little bit. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. So, I've been doing the thing with the music, so I get a lot of pros and a lot of cons for that music. Some people saying it should be in an elderly Viagra commercial, which was the last one that I got. So I don't know. I'm just playing around with things, and at some point I'll figure it out. Somebody saying this Shield Performance Center is awesome. That would be LZ USA. Yeah, I didn't really like the Shield Performance because the cuts in the slide, but from what I heard, it's pretty good. And Roman 623 Caracal should make me a paid spokesperson. That would be nice. They don't even have to pay me. Just send me the guns. That's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for money. Send me a unit. That's it. And they're gonna save money because a gun that they sell for $500 probably costs them $3 and change to make. So just send me the gun. I love it. I keep it. No problem. Let's see. I am still messing around with red dots. I'm actually getting pretty good with this one. Shaky hands and all. I just think that a lot of times, people when their hands shake, they right away discount it. I don't think you should, man. I think you should just try to master it as best you can. I think in the real world of things, if you're sitting there and you're going out to a range and you're, saying, "Oh my God, I got to make sure I get bullseye shots all the time." Well, then why aren't you shooting off a stand or a rest? Why are you shooting standing with two hands? You'd be more accurate at a rest. But in the real world of things, in a self-defense situation, I guarantee you, shaky hands and all, I can hit you several times in good spots. Steve Lemieux saying I'm going to like the Caracol if it's reliable, and that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that whatever the bugs were, they're going to fix them, and hopefully they're going to get those out soon. Let's see, Anthony Lamastro, I believe his name. How is the Steyr reset? There's a reset. Let's put it that way. And I love Steyrs, guys, but the reset is pretty sad. As a matter of fact, this one here, this is a Steyr M40. Still haven't shot it, but I'm going to be testing this soon. So there's your wonderful trigger pull, which I tested out. It's about 4.5 pounds out of the box. Here's your reset. You can't even hear it. You can't even really feel it. The only good thing is that where the reset is the initial trigger pull. So it is sort of like a standard double action, but there is really no reset. Trash Man is asking, how often do I go to the range? Well, for a while there, I was going, well, somebody's like knocking on my door. I was going probably, I don't know, 3 times a month, every weekend. And then just recently I had to slow down a little bit for some medical concerns I had. So I haven't gone in a while, but I got to get going again. Let's see. Paul saying, in a real world situation, you are going to be outgunned by a criminal. You're absolutely right, Paul, especially here, because they're not going to have the 10-round capacity. Let's see. See, Kim is saying it's a High Point clone. I hope he's not talking about this beautiful gun called the Steyr. That's not even close, man. Not even close. Red October saying a bullet in the ass is a bullet in the ass. Doesn't matter caliber or pistol. Train and use the one you like most. He's absolutely right with that. You're right. So Dennis is saying, go next weekend to Kingston. Dennis, I looked into that range and I have decided I don't want to go there. I actually know a guy who works there. And one of the things that I was not fond of, well, I thank you, Razor. I appreciate it. Well, Wicked, what's up, buddy? I know, dude. I gotta start getting back into the gym. It's been a rough couple of weeks, man. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. It's not necessary, but I always appreciate the help. In regards to Kingston, Dennis, so I actually called my friend who works there, and he was telling me all the ridiculous range rules there. So apparently, there, and just to let everybody know, there's I don't even want to call it a city, but there's a city locally in Ulster County called Kingston, New York. It was the original capital of New York at one time, but they just opened up this very modern, state-of-the-art shooting range, and I was really looking forward to going there. It's a pistol range only. What a surprise! But it was state-of-the-art. They had all this amazing stuff, and so I was really hyped to go there. I was calling my friend, and when they open up, when can I get there? So if you ever go there on the website, read the range rules. First off, you are not allowed to have a loaded handgun with you on the premises. You cannot have a gun in your car on the premises. It's just a bunch of stupid shit. And I said to myself, there is no way that I'm going to shoot at a range that does not allow me to carry a loaded handgun in with me on my person. So in other words, you cannot carry a gun with you into the range. So that's one of the reasons why I said, nope, not happening. It's not. And honestly, you got to use their ammo, which I think is ridiculous. I think some of their rules really need to change in order to attract more people there, because I know I won't be shooting there. So that's why I didn't go. Let's see. Roman 623, 2 to the chest, then the head. Nice. Let's see. Dave is saying he just bought a new SIG P226. Have you ever owned one? I, sir, am not a SIG guy. I've owned a few SIG Sauers, and I don't like them. That's just me. I know that's blasphemy to some of you, but I'm just not a SIG guy. Never have been, never will be. Carry my revolver is saying, what knife do you carry? Or can you even carry a knife in New York? You can, however, it has to be a butter knife. Actually, I don't carry a knife because I don't really have a good knife to carry. A while ago, Coda Boy sent me a really cool SOG knife, but the thing is a solid blade. It's huge. I can't carry that with me. So I don't really carry a knife. So if anybody has any knives they want to send me, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to use it and carry it with me. Um, I'm just, I don't know. I just don't carry knives. I carry a light, if that's helpful. Let's see. Um, let's see. Portia C, I need a little bit of help. I'm having a panic attack and I just really need somebody to talk to. And you guys are the only live chat on YouTube at the moment. Okay. Well, Portia C, I'd like to believe that we are all one community of people. So if you're having a panic attack, I would say to this to you, take a few deep breaths, think of something good, something that you want to achieve in life, or something that you have achieved in life, and focus in on that. And that'll make you happy, or at least hopefully will calm you down. Hopefully that helps. I hope so. Let's see. Oh, well, thanks, MD Polo. Appreciate it, buddy. Styron 45, huh? How about a Styron at 10 millimeter? I think that would be kind of sweet. But, a 45 I can see. Why not? I mean, they have the 9 and the 40. Get rid of the 40, make 45, or make a 10 millimeter. Let's see. See, Keith Gregory is absolutely agreeing with me, so I appreciate that. Yeah, Dennis Buckner saying we can't have plastic knives in New York. You're right. You have to have a spork. That's all you can have. A spork and a water gun. That's coming soon. Inside is saying I sounded like Delilah. Yeah. Got it. For those of you who are not familiar with, how many of you do not know Delilah? Delilah is that DJ. Unfortunately, she was hit by tragedy. I think her son killed himself or something. My wife loves it, but I've always noticed something about Delilah. She has this great story about somebody who loved each other for so much, and all of a sudden she plays the worst song for that moment. It's just horrible. All right, so let's see. We're gonna self-help Portia here. Crazy thing is, more times than not, I'm very a positive person. I usually have encouraging words for random strangers, and I usually can wrap it up, get up and keep from PTSD. All right, well, Portia, none of us are perfect, so we all suffer from some form of, I don't know, maybe PTSD. I'm not sure. So, like I said, just think of something good, man, and just remember, you're here for a reason. There's a reason why you're here. I can't tell you what it is. You have to tell yourself, but there's a reason why we're all here. Let's see. Razor saying, is this the doctor's office? Listen, man, I get paid by the hour. So $50 an hour for any kind of emotional advice I can give. It's worth it. Let's see. Roman 623 is saying, I have a buddy stationed in the UK right now, and those poor folks can't even have guns. I agree. I don't know what's happening. I think there's such a push now, and it's so frightening. And I was actually going to do a video, which I don't know, probably would have gotten me in huge hot water with everybody. And the title of the video is why the NRA sucks, but so do you. So I was just thinking about it. I was going through my head. There's so many people who are complaining about the NRA, but I mean, I just don't understand. Like, what did you guys expect? I mean, the NRA is a corporation, whether you want to believe that or not. It is nothing more than a lobbying corporation that does what it wants for itself. And somehow it connives 5 million people to give them money. That's it. So when that lobbying corporation wants what they want, they're not going to give a crap about what you want. They give a crap about what fills their pockets. And so I'm not surprised by any of this, but I don't think people should be crying about it, because you know what? You should have known better, because you put your faith in an organization and an industry organization that probably doesn't have your best interests at hand anyway. And no, I'm not a member of the NRA. And as a matter of fact, I am not a member of the GOA either, because I don't trust them as far as I can throw them either. Let's see. In single action, serious question. Why would anyone in their right mind vote for a Democrat? It's a great point. And honestly, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I mean, the people that were elected in New York State in this last election we had, they're like horror stories. I mean, Ocasio-Cortez, I would love to debate that woman, because she has probably as much substance between her ears as this little foam, wind protector for my microphone. Let's put it that way. No, I don't want to be president. I'd be shot. They'd shoot me. Let's see. Dennis, I agree with that. Yep, Dave, you're absolutely right. To join any club, you do have to be a member of the NRA. The only time I was a member of the NRA was when I joined a club. And that's why right now I will not join any clubs because I will not join the NRA. Why is New York so leftist? It's actually not all of New York, which is kind of crazy. The majority of New York, or the areas of New York, are actually center right. It's the cities, all the cities in New York that are absolutely far left. And they actually have a majority population. Keep in mind, there's almost 12 million people living in New York City alone. So we get screwed. All right, let's see. Well, it's Albany, it's New York City, it's Buffalo, Rochester. It's not just those. Like, those larger cities are the ones that hold the stranglehold over the rest of the state, which is terrible. And I'm not saying, look, I think the one thing that gets lost in translation in all this is that I'm not saying that you're a bad person if you're a leftist or a Democrat. I don't care. I just don't want you telling me how I'm supposed to live my life, how I'm supposed to raise my children, and what my values are supposed to be. That's it. I'm not saying anything else. If you want to be a Democrat, be a Democrat. Be the best darn Democrat you can be. Just don't tell me how to live. That's it. That's all I can say. Yep, Seattle is basically communist. I mean, it's just getting really weird. Things are getting very weird, I think is a good way of saying it. Yep, Pistol Pete is absolutely correct, saying the largest cities have the strictest gun control and the most crime and violence. And you're absolutely right. I mean, they do. And again, that whole. I don't know if you guys ever watch anything from Dinesh D'Souza. That guy's pretty smart, by the way. He talks about the plantation mentality of the cities, the modern urban areas of the United States, where you have these politicians that have basically enslaved people and use social welfare to do it. And as long as you listen to them and you oblige the master, then you're all good. But at the same time, what are they really providing you? Look at all the major cities. Look at all the major urban areas. What are they really providing the people that are there? Let's see. Pat's saying they live in Connecticut and they have the craziest gun laws. I'm thinking laws. And the bad guys never abide by them. You're absolutely right. They're talking about the new shooting that happened over, what is it, in California, I think. Now, of course, there's that call. We got to ban guns. Well, why don't we find out who actually shot people? I don't even think they caught the person. $20 says it was an illegal firearm. $20 says maybe gang related. I mean, it's like, why don't we wait to see what the actual story is? But once again, it's always about, oh, guns are bad. No, actually, it's not the gun that's bad. People are inherently bad. So unfortunately, until you change the way people behave, you're not going to change anything. David Giles. What was that one? I must have missed a comment. Well, it's certainly fine to criticize the NRA or GOA or any other pro 2A organization. Just remember they're actually trying to retain the 2A for all of us. Dave, that might be the case. I have yet to see any positive movement in my state. So I can only speak for my state. I can't speak for you, and I can't speak for your state. But I can tell you right now, it's crickets over here, man. There's nobody helping us in New York. Nobody, except for the only people helping us are local gamesmen and local hunting clubs. That's it. That's all we got. So where's the NRA? Where's the GOA? They're nowhere to be found. And I don't want to hear all that's because it's a losing case. Well, guess what? Like I like to say, it's like living in a toilet. Anything that's floating in that toilet and gets flushed, it's coming right for you. So, if you guys don't believe that, you better. Let's see. 99.9% gun owners broke no laws today. You're absolutely correct. I carried all day long today. I carried all day long. Guess what? My gun never left its holster. Let's see. Yeah. And again, New York is not a lost cause, but they keep electing liberal Dems. You're absolutely right. They do. But the other push has to be the idea that you need to say to yourself, okay, what are our constitutional rights? How do they infringe our rights? And that's when we have to challenge the laws that they're trying to pass. Let's see. 1776. Do you watch Chicago PD fire? I don't, Dave, because I lived that life for a long time, man. I lived it. I don't have to watch the show. Although I'm pretty good. I'm pretty sure they're good. I used to watch Rescue Me. That was my favorite. Yeah, but they'll never talk about that lady that killed the escaped prisoner that invaded her home and entered her room. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And you know what's even crazier? I was just reading an article before I decided to do this, but I guess there was a cop who was shot in NYPD down in the city back in like 2007. And now of course, King Cuomo has talked about releasing or putting on parole a bunch of people. So this guy is probably going to get out on parole. So the cop is saying, wait a second, this guy shot me, almost killed me, and now he's going to be allowed to go out on parole. I mean, it's crazy, really crazy. It's like I said, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's almost like whatever was illegal 5 years ago is now legal today. It makes no sense. It boggles my mind, the things that are going on. Let's see. Every person in existence really needs to sit down and think about this question. If it came down to me or you, am I supposed to pick you or defend myself? That's a great question, and you're absolutely right. I think when you're a gun owner and somebody who carries a firearm, I think one of the things that most people forget is that when you've decided to take on that responsibility, you have to think about how far do you want to extend that responsibility and to whom. So, for example, if I'm in a crowded movie theater and God forbid I'm there with my family and somebody comes in and starts shooting the place, do I have an obligation to defend those around me or just my family? And I think that's where you need to start thinking. If you have a gun and you can defend yourself and you can defend others, do you do it? Do you actually take that responsibility on your own? And knowing that with that responsibility is going to come consequence, whatever that might be. I mean, for me, I'd have no problem defending my family till the very end. I don't care, period. If it's you, I mean, within reason, I'm not going to go out and seek violence, but I'm certainly going to match violence with violence if I have to. And if you hear a little rat dog barking in the background, that's my other dog that my wife had to have. Let's see. Let me see. Not necessarily meant for 77.6, but for others posting here, would you want to bust the chops of the NRA? Give me other realistic options. GOA is fine, but it's relatively small compared to the NRA. I'll let others answer that. I mean, for me, I think the moment you start giving money to organizations to somehow represent your rights is the moment that you give up, that freedom. You can't expect anybody who's in anything for money to tell you the truth. That's the way I look at it. Maybe that's me being paranoid or whatever, but look at it from YouTube's perspective. Do you honestly think anybody who makes videos on YouTube who get things all the time before everybody else and all this other nonsense, do you honestly believe that they're doing it on the up and up? I mean, come on. So you're going to tell me that the NRA is going to be representing your rights as a person, taking your money and doing that on the up and up? I just don't see it. I don't see that happening. I got to plug in my stupid tablet or I'm going to lose my things here. And no, I don't have any other good options for you because there really aren't. All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm kind of backtracking on the comments here because I had to plug in my tablet so I could still read. Hurt is saying, were you a cop? I don't really talk about what I do or what I did. I like to kind of keep some things personal, and that's one of them. So, that's my answer. Let's see. Yep, SAFE Act was passed with well, that SAFE Act is kind of very controversial when it was passed. Let's see. Did I see the vape store and gun GameStop incident? No, I did not. Did not see that. And yes, Kathleen, you are absolutely right. What people do fail to remember is the major legal grief after a shooting, regardless of fault. And that's always going to happen, but it's always going to involve an investigation. And then, if need be, you'll be charged. That's why I said, man, when you carry a gun, you can't be some friggin' gun ho idiot. You can't do that. You got to be smart. That gun is not a license for you to act like an idiot. Can you suggest a 1911 that will run all day, but you don't have to worry if you beat it up? Yes, Glock 19. That's funny. That's funny. And Wild Wild West is saying the sights on a Steyr are a pain. My God, if you guys own a Steyr and you go to change the sights, good luck, man. I had a sight pusher, I broke it because the damn thing, the slide is so thick, you can't even fit a slide pusher on it. It's terrible. All right, I will check those videos out. I will have to check those videos out. Roman 623 saying, my lawyer has told me this. If you are involved in a shooting, officer, I will be happy to answer your questions after I have my legal counsel. He's right, man. Don't say anything. Don't say anything, because at that time, as much as I like police officers, they're not your friends at that point. Unless, of course, you shoot somebody who's shooting them. 5 people killed in LA. I think that was at the bowling alley. I talked about that a little bit earlier. Go out and proactively support 2A candidates, but even that's hit and miss. The people who say they are for your rights will turn on you, because what are they looking for? Re-election. Let's see. Let's see who's texting me. Huh. Let's see. What's up, Poe? Glad to see you arriving. Gun insurance. I do not have gun insurance. I know that. I don't know. I don't have it. I don't know if I want it, to be honest with you. It's a tough question, Plus, I have friends in law. Let's see. Should we have designated gun states? Would you move there? Well, first off, my problem is that I am fortunately enough to hopefully retire in a couple of years with a pension, so I can't leave right now. I'm kind of stuck. Do I think we should have designated states with guns? No, absolutely not. No. What's next? Designated slave states? We already went there. Okay, it didn't work out too well. So no, I do not think we should have states that are designated for guns. Absolutely not. Because again, you're going to give up the idea then that all states of this union are equal. And I'm sorry, that's just not the way I want to believe. I don't want to believe that. Let's see. Gun insurance is a waste of money. How about only use your gun to actually defend yourself? I think if you're going to use your gun to defend yourself, and you're a rational-minded person, I think it's going to be hard to prove anything. But I also think you have to take that with a grain of salt, because it's going to depend where you live. If you live in New York, it's going to be a lot harder for you when you discharge your firearm than, let's say, if you live in Texas. At least I would think so. I don't know. Yeah, Music Lover saying we definitely need to have more pro-guns Supreme Court rulings. And you're right, we do. But even that's up for grabs. I don't know what the hell is going on even in the Supreme Court, one day they look like they're our friends, next day they turn their backs on us. So again, it's kind of a scary concept. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's really any good answers to this. I think if we were going to, again, I think it's all about relying on someone else to do what we should be doing for ourselves. So, like for me, that's why I can't get behind the Gun Owners of America. I can't get behind the NRA because we're trying to put our freedoms in their hands, and then when it doesn't work out the way we want it to, then we complain. So my whole thing is, why wouldn't we just keep the freedoms in our own hands and actually, for once, stand together as a group and say what we want? And I think that's the problem here. The problem here is Americans have forgotten that these politicians in Washington, D.C., or in our state legislative branches and our governors and all that other stuff, we do not work for them. We are not the peasants on their fiefdoms. We are the people. We tell them what we want, and they carry out our will. It is not the other way around. Period. And that's a non-negotiable, by the way. Let's see. Music lovers asking, still cold on the Archon? Yes, ice cold. No desire to pay, $700+ for a polymer gun, even though I had a very long discussion with somebody claiming that it was not a polymer because the lower was made of steel, or not the lower, the receiver was made of steel. Still can't understand that, but whatever. Let's see. Let's see. Wait a minute. What is this? Tony Leap of Faith. Whatever. Dear person speaking to the live chat, do you yourself believe in healthcare, social credit? This is my question. Okay. If you could maybe elaborate on that question. I don't know what healthcare social credit is. So if you could let me know, I will hopefully answer that for you. I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see. Trash man saying when he gets off of work at 12 a.m. and getting home at 12:30 and taking a walk down a driveway, he feels a lot better. Absolutely, man. So do I. Trust me. Do a Steven Crowder. I'm a pro gun. Change my mind. I don't know. I might get sued for copyright infringement on that one. Maybe move to Canada. Do I like HK pistols? I do. I actually, and this is going to sound crazy, don't like the full-size VP9. I think I owned like 15 of them. I actually like the VP9 SK, which is weird. I like the way it feels better in my hand. More importantly, me personally, I'm a bigger fan of the P2000. I actually like that gun quite a bit. I don't know if I'm going to move to Texas, but it's certainly going to be somewhere south of the Mason-Dixon line. That's for sure. Is the CZ-P09 the best handgun ever? No. Next question. Do you want to why? P09 is not the best handgun ever. That double action is garbage, and the single action is mushy as hell. Well, I shouldn't say that. The double action is really good. The reset is a bit long, and then the take up on that reset is even longer and mushy, but the single action is pretty nice. Yeah, Razor, I'm probably going to be going to North Carolina. Oh, let's see. Do you believe paying the Internal Revenue Service for your human body? Okay. All right. Hold on. Let's see. Where are you, Tony? Tony, stop moving chat. Tony. What do I want to do with you, Tony? Yeah, I'm just going to leave you in. How the hell with it. I was going to throw you out, but you know what? It's okay. Tony just is on a different platform than we are. No problem. Apparently there's no other live chats right now at 10:25 at night. So I'm going to be on for like 5 more minutes, guys. That's just too funny. Have I ever owned a Ruger? No. I'm not a fan of Ruger either. There's certain manufacturers I don't like. I just am not a fan of theirs either. I can't tell you why. Favorite out-of-the-box gun, like out of the box, brand new. I'll tell you what, I'll show it to you. because I own it. Favorite gun out of the box. Pow. Right there, boys and gals. CZP-01. Favorite handgun of all time out of the box with nothing on it. I love that gun. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Yeah, no live chats because it's Saturday night. That means people have a life. I don't, so I guess I can do one. Let's see. Channel Cat Chaser. Are you going to do a P80 Glock? No, sir. Nope. No, I'm not. They're expensive, man. Those are expensive to do. And you know, I got two really good Glocks. I don't want to make a P80. Now, unless somebody wants to send me some shit, sure. But I'm not. I'm very budget conscious this year. That's my big thing. Dennis asking, did I have a P320? I did. Past tense. Oh, here we go. Tony saying, all right, everybody. Tony is saying, God bless freedom, and it shows you're about freedom. I don't support healthcare. I say when government can set the prices for healthcare and no option to get out if it's not. Oh, Tony. All right, I'm going to add. No, I don't want to add him as a moderator. Jesus God. Tony, I'm just removing you. I'm just going to delete your message, Tony, for now. Oh, okay. So it says, but I can see your chat is about real freedom and speaks about freedom. Thank you. You know what, Tony? Now I'm not going to get rid of you just for saying. I appreciate that, buddy. I hope you have a great night. Let's see. Let's see. Jigsaw 132 clicked you for a reason. Please pay attention to our rights. Oh boy. No problem. I appreciate you guys showing up. Listen, you know what? Like I said, we're all different mindsets. I'm okay with it. You know, the only thing I'd say is don't impose your mindset on me. I'm not going to impose mine on you. I don't care what you believe. Just don't tell me what I'm supposed to believe. That's it. Arthur saying he's retired New York City civil servant, moved to Texas, loves his new state. God bless you, Arthur. One of these days, hopefully I will be happy again. Have you seen the Nomad Defense Nomad 9? I don't think I have. Let me see if I can look that up. I don't think I even know what the hell that is. You know, I've been so out of the loop right now just because some other things have been going on that I've not really been paying attention to much in regards to the world, in regards to guns. Nomad 9. No, I haven't seen that. I have not seen that at all. Oh, hi, Harry. Triple C, are you asking me if I'm ignoring you? Didn't I answer your question? Pretty sure I answered your question. I think I was it. I don't know. I guess I did. My P.O. box. Let's see. My revolver. I don't have a P.O. box. I have a mailing address. So if you want, email me later at 1776erbust@gmail. The MOA on my red dot is 3 MOA. I think it's a 3. I think it's a 3. Math is saying I'm wrong about the P09. No, Matt, I'm not. I think it's just your opinion. I think you think the P09 is the best gun in the world, and I'm going to say I don't think it is. I think the Phantom is better than the P09. Just saying. Okay? Better ergonomically. And I like it better. I think the Phantom is better than a P09. There. And now I'm going to be a New York refugee in Arizona. If I was going to pick a pistol for the military to use instead of what they have, what would it be? Well, I guess it depends. I mean, are they still using the M9s or are they now completely switched over to the SIG 320s? Because if it was me, I would have just adopted the Glock 19X. That's what I would have done. Arthur's asking about the new Mossberg pistol. I talked about it a little bit earlier, Arthur. I think it's going to be irrelevant, to be honest with you. I think a lot of the miniguns that they're making with those single stacks are now going maximum capacity with 10. So I think they missed out. See you, Dave. Good seeing you, buddy. Let's see. I know everybody kind of likes the P09 and the P07, and believe me, they're good guns. I'm not going to say they're bad guns because they're not. I don't think they're as good as everybody makes them out to be. I think their double action is a pretty heavy double action. I think the reset is very spongy, and I think the take up is very spongy. So I don't think they're the best. Um, Good night, Dennis. Dennis, thanks for joining us, buddy. Appreciate it. Like I said, this was impromptu. I may be doing this a lot. I don't know. We'll see. But I think that if the way I look at it is, for me, the CZs that I prefer in that compact size are the P01s. I have the P01 and the P01 Omega, and I love it. I think and I think the double action is a little bit better, and I think the single action, at least for me, on the non Omega, is a little bit smoother than the Omega. Let's see. Yeah, Channel Cat, I was saying in regards to the P80, I'm not doing any P80s, man. First off, I don't have the money to buy those constantly. And for me, I look at it as the standpoint is I got a Glock 19X, which I love, and the 19 MOS, and I'm going to invest in a 48. And to me, I like those. I'm going to stick with that instead of building one. I mean, I think the Mossberg will get people to buy them because it's new. It's new and it's something different. It's not a shield. It's not a Glock. It's not a whatever. So I think definitely people are going to be looking at it, but I just don't see it's worth at this point. Good night, TN Steyer. Enjoy your dinner. And so my question for you, Triple C, is you would say you'd buy the Mossberg. Why wouldn't you just buy a shield? I think it's a better gun, and it's probably going to be as, if not more, affordable, especially if you go with the 1.0 as opposed to the 2.0. And Poe says it perfectly. 400s. I think they said MSRP is 460. So you figure $50 off. So about $400 maybe. But at the same time, I just don't get it. It is not any better than anything else that was pushed out. The P365 was an evolution in the single stack market. Glock 43X is coming out, the 48, which are all single stacks at 10 rounds apiece, even though they're longer in the grip. I mean, I think that's where the trend is going. I think Mossberg is just a little slow to the game. But, it doesn't mean that it won't sell. It's going to sell. I mean, God, it has a trigger. You can put ammunition in it. It goes bang every time you pull the trigger. Somebody's going to buy it. Yeah, and in Red October is exactly correct. It's new, and people are going to say, "Hey, look at me!" And I guarantee you, there's going to be a million gun channels that are going to review it. I'm not. I'm not doing it because I got to pay for it, and it doesn't really do anything for me. Like nothing. Oh yeah, and it does. It does it takes Glock 43 mags, I think. So I think you're right on that. The G50X. I know. Joey, there's some rumbling in the Steyr world. I don't know for sure, but I've heard some things, and I may have seen some things that may be real. I'm not sure if they're real. Let's put it that way. But if they are real, I think Steyr's going to have a good year. That's all I can say. Finally, that people are going to realize how good that gun is. And then, of course, you're going to have major channels saying, "Oh, I've known about this gun for years. It's been so great." Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen the pistol that is going to be made by Stoger. I guess it's sort of built like the APX. So it doesn't look like the APX, but it should be pretty interesting. Triple C is saying TFB TV said 5K no malfunction. Is that for the Mossberg? 5,000 rounds. Holy cow. Like I said, Roman 623, I don't want any money from any of these companies because then you're bound to them like a friggin' servant. And I'd be happy if they would just send me a damn handgun to be able to test and to keep. That's it. I'm not going to lie. That's all I really want. I don't want money. I don't. And honestly, I don't have enough subscribers, and I don't think my stuff is as good as some other people's to even ask for money. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to lie. Piss. When am I getting another CCP? That is never going to happen. Um, God, that gun is what a piece of shit that gun is, man. You know how many people like just lay into me about that friggin' video I made? Oh my God. Everybody, oh, this is the best gun ever. Well, you've never fired a real Walther then, because this gun is a flaming piece of shit. I mean, give me a break, CCP. Oh, what about the M2? It's the same gun. You just removed the stupid takedown mechanism in the back. Piece of crap. I don't even get me started. I hate that gun. It's funny, man. Let's see. John, I got Chase. I'll back up your love for that star. I'll tell you, man, Triple C, you got to get one. Just do me a favor. Just go out and buy yourself one. Don't even ask to see it. Just buy it. And you're going to realize that it is, good. It's just damn good. As a matter of fact, it was funny. I had them all out today because like I said, I got to take the M40 out and shoot this bad boy. But I was measuring all the trigger pulls, and the M9 I have, I think, probably over 4,000 rounds through that by now. And that was barely 4 pounds. My L9 is barely 4 pounds. And then this thing right out of the box, I haven't shot it at all. It's 4.5 pounds. I mean, that's a stock trigger. So I just think they're great guns. 43X will be good for you considering where you live. I agree with that. But I'm actually looking at the 48, not the 43X. I just like having a longer slide on there. Let's see. Poe saying that, don't you realize the gun community requirement for everyone to love the same guns? I've been having some I don't know. I think I've gotten to the point in my YouTube career, if you could even call it that, kind of jokingly, that I just don't even care anymore if I insult people, because you know what? I don't have to like the guns you like, and you don't have to like the guns I like. I'm glad you just like guns in general. But I think the way I look at it now is, I think sometimes the gun community, quote unquote, on YouTube is its own worst enemy. I really do. And the reason why I say that is because, everybody's, and I don't want to say everybody, because that's not true. There's a lot of people involved in this who are only about themselves and their own egos and what they do. And they don't care about guns. They don't care about gun rights. They just care about their face on a camera in front of, 10,000 views a week, making money. And I think it's a shameful thing. I really do. I do. And that's how I feel about it. And that's why, I'm not making it huge. I don't even have 10,000 subscribers. Do I think I push great content? Yeah, I do. I think it's good. I don't think it's great. I think it's good. It's solid. Needs some work. But I'm not going to beg. I'm not begging you for money, and I'm not begging you to subscribe. If you want to be a part of it, great. And I appreciate everybody who is, but I ain't begging anybody for it. All right, let me go back to questions here. I'm running on a rant here. Hold on. Let's see. Walther Q5 SF. I wish I could get one of those, but those are expensive, man. I would love to be able to shoot that. Like, to me, I know a lot of guys love the Shadow 2s. That's my Shadow 2. That's what I would say. That's how much I love that gun. I love the PPQ. It's a great gun. That's got to be awesome. Let's see. Yeah, I wish Dyer did have more support. Gun opinion, you won't win. People believe in what they want and like. Big channels are fake. Well said, sir. Let's see. Kathleen's painting all of her guns FDE. FDE is a pretty good color. I do like it. Although I am going to be sending out my L9 on a pretty badass Cerakote job from Shyworks again. That's going to be in a couple weeks, though. E-begging is the worst. I agree. Look, I can't stop you guys. If you want to give me money during these live chats, that's great. I ain't asking for it and I ain't begging for it. But if you want to, go ahead. Let's see. Oh, Tony's back. Sweet. 475 Wildy Magnum. They are currently being produced USA Firearms Court Wildy Guns of Winstead, Connecticut. That, sir, I've never heard of. Interesting. Yeah, Joey, I think I think Steyr is listening. I want everybody to know that. I am not a Steyr insider at all. They don't pay me for anything. Every once in a while they'll send me something, but it's because I push their stuff. I do. I'm not going to lie. I absolutely love their guns. They're really good for me. Everything about them to me is what a handgun should be: ergonomically correct, great shooting handgun, good in the hand, built like tanks. I mean, they really meet a lot of requirements, and I think they're listening. I think that there are some things that most people aren't aware of between Steyr USA and Steyr back in Austria. So there is not necessarily a big push here because the majority of their money comes from military contracts. So they don't necessarily need us. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. It's kind of like H&K almost. Let's see. Anyone getting the Bond Arms bullpup? No. God bless freedom. You're absolutely right, Tony. God bless it. What's my favorite Steyr? If I forgot which one you like. That's a tough call because my two favorite are the M9s and the L9s. I think the L9, which I don't even know where the hell do I have it? I got it somewhere. Right here. So the L9, I think it's hard to beat this gun because they did a lot of things right with it that didn't necessarily do with the other ones. Obviously, you have the longer slide, but you still have the regular grip, which I think is amazingly accurate. It's just a friggin' flamethrower of a gun. But I also think they have the front serrations, which is cool, and it makes the gun look sleeker, in my opinion. And I'm hoping if they make a new generation of these, they take this and put that on all the other models because they could use it. So for me, man, I'd still think the M9 is probably the ideal. I think. Let's see. Yeah, Such got mad at me too because I called him out on his P10 video. I basically, called him out for him saying he bought it. And I said to him, like, where'd you buy it? He didn't buy it. They gave it to him. Let's see. Am I an FFL holder? No, I've thought about getting it, but if I did that, I'd spend way too much money if I did that. My wife would divorce me. Thank you, Tony. Oh, boy. Do I think bright red is a bad gun color? Yes. Although you can't ask me because I have a bright green handgun, with a bright red trigger. But I think red is probably, if you like it, who cares? Who cares? Do what you like. Do what you like. If you want it, a bright red with a unicorn Cerakote on it, then get one. Go for it. Yeah, the whole knife thing in New York, I think it has to be a 4-inch blade. It can't be anything longer than a 4-inch blade. And you cannot have a spring-loaded knife. What else? That's just a bunch of stupid crap. So let's see. Let's see how many people are on here. I don't even know. Oh, 52? Is that right? There's 52 people watching this? Man, makes me feel special. Nintendo Glock, I've seen a picture of that. I think, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Like, I've seen one that looks like the old Nintendo Duck Hunt pistol. And then I've also seen one that looks like a Nerf gun. I don't know if I think that's the smartest thing to be doing with a handgun. I mean, that's just me. It was 66. Oh my God. It means I lost people. Jesus. Let's see. Yeah, no, I actually had a Cerakoted USA Glock, and people started busting on me about that, saying, "Oh, USA flag on a Austrian gun." Well, this one happened to be made in the US, so does that matter? Yeah, Such left early. I don't think Such knows I exist, so that's why it's so easy to badmouth people now, because nobody knows me. It's even better. Listen, Dave, I like Tony's comments. Tony seems like a very laid back kind of person. Let's not judge anybody. If he feels like he wants to talk, let him talk. That's the way I look at it. And it's all good. Like I said, he's not insulting anybody here. No one here is insulting him. We're all here together. And that's all that matters. Yeah, I'm not staying on much longer, guys. I'm gonna be getting off here in about 5 minutes. I wanna sit and relax tonight. So I think ultimately, SHOT Show's coming up. It's gonna be kind of cool to see what's coming out. I hope Star has something really good for everybody. Hopefully Walther will have some cool stuff for people. We already know what Glock's got up their sleeves, maybe some more, which would be kind of cool. I think for me coming up, hopefully at some point you're gonna see the PX4 and the FD or all FDE compact, which I really love that gun. It looks really cool. And I'm really excited to actually shoot that. And then I have the M40. Some point I'll get to the range and shoot that. I've got the PPS M2 RMSC, which I bought used, which was in brand new brand new shape. So I'm super excited about that. And we'll see what else. No, I'm not going to SHOT Show. Nah, I'm not that big yet, And honestly, I got to work for a living. I wish I was going. And I don't even know if I wish I was going. I don't even know if I want to go to that. Why? So I can just, be dazzled by all the lights and people and guns. I mean, it's anything they're going to have at SHOT Show is going to be a local dealer anyway. So I'll wait till they come out. SHOT Show is over in Las Vegas. Oh, sweet. 8 point. All right, guys. So 2 more minutes and then we'll call it a night. Just want to say thanks for everybody joining me on this impromptu. I may be doing this, guys, very soon, every Saturday, maybe, if I can fit into the schedule. I just want to do some new stuff and just get it out there and maybe try to get some more subscriptions or subscribers, which would be nice. Not saying that's all I'm in for, but it would be nice to finally start pushing the channel a little bit. I haven't done it. I don't think I've done it well, and I'd like to see it grow. I'm not going to lie. Because I'd like to have my voice out there. So if there's nothing else, I want to wish everybody a great night. I hope all of you are doing well. I hope your New Year's has started off very well for all of you. Keep up the good fight, everybody. Don't get complacent with your gun rights because they will be taken away from you at some point if you allow large organizations to do the fighting for you. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you stay safe. And as always, everyone, freedom is never free. Now I got to figure out how to shut this off. Let's see. I might be on here all night, guys, because I have no idea. I'm using the new thing that they started over here, so I may be here for the next 3 hours trying to figure this out. So let's see. I don't know how to do it. That's that. Holy cow. I'm just gonna stick around some more, and yeah, I'm using the new thing where I just hit camera on YouTube, and I'm not exactly sure how to shut that off. Holy crap! I don't know how to do it. So we'll just keep talking until I figure it out. How's that sound? That's good for everybody. Why don't we just do that? Let's see. It's under his eye. That's not. Oh, what's going on here? Let's see. Let me see what this does. All right, I think this is it, but I'm not sure. So let's see. No, I don't want to leave the site. I just want to shut the camera off. This is why I love live video, because I don't know what I'm doing. Let's see. Yeah, it's weird. This one's new. That's why I said like probably next time I'm not going to do it this way because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. But it's all good. Let's see. Hey Brian, how you doing? So I'm just going to say I'm going to keep talking to everybody here. Yeah, cueing the circus music. There's still 49 people watching, 47 right now. So we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, this was a new way that I started it up, so I'm not sure exactly how to shut this camera off at this point, which is interesting. Maybe I'll just leave it on all night, right? Why not? Just shut the door. Who cares? No, that's all right, let's see what this does. That does nothing. All right, well, I guess I'm just going to stay here for the next 3 hours or so until it actually cancels itself out. Let's see. Yeah, it's weird. So there's like no way to shut this off. How cool is that? So for those out there who are going to do a live stream in the future, when it has that new app, or it's not a new app, but on the bottom it says something about camera. It says camera instead of like live stream or something. That's what I used tonight. So I really don't know how to do it. So let me see. And I'm still going. I got 45 people watching me. Feeling a little panicked right now. Portia, I think I'm having a panic attack. All right, let's see. Yeah, I don't really know what this is. Oh, what is that? Let's see. No. Interesting. All right, so I'm just going to X out of this and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, have a great night. If I'm still on, I'll just keep talking. See ya.